I'm Leslie Loble. I'm an industry professor at UTS and a Paul Ramsey Foundation Fellow. My fellowship's been looking at AI, technology, and education technology, and these are two themes that have kind of been part of my career, much of which has been spent looking at education and how we can ensure that it has widespread benefit and particularly serves disadvantaged students and other vulnerable students. I've spent the last 20 years or so as a deputy secretary and head of major divisions of the New South Wales Department of Education. I became really interested in artificial intelligence, and at the time it wasn't really widely being discussed, and it wasn't nearly as understood as it is now. We then embarked on really getting across AI, thinking about the implications for education. And I suppose I could boil it down to a recognition that, of course, literacy and numeracy are essential. They are what open the doors to learning. But thinking skills like critical thinking, computational thinking, and ethical reasoning, these are the essential skills that will allow us to shape where technology is going and AI, and can they work particularly to overcome educational disadvantage, which is one of the key motivators for me. When I retired from the New South Wales Department of Education, Paul Ramsey Foundation generously offered me a fellowship and gave me great freedom to decide what I wanted to look at and where I wanted to anchor my work. And so I have anchored it at the Centre for Social Justice at the University of Technology, Sydney, which has been absolutely terrific, and then decided to direct it towards these big questions about education technology, and particularly learning tools. So the research piece is crucial. And what I did next was basically line up what do we know about what works for education, full stop, nothing to do with technology. Then I took these three types of tools, student-oriented, teacher-oriented, and system-oriented, and lined that up against what factors work. And what I found was substantial areas where the alignment is quite strong, because it reassured me that if you have good tools and they're being used well, it in fact can amplify what works in an analog environment. Quality education technology means it's embedded and part of teacher-led instruction. These tools should not be seen as autonomous, independent tools. They are most powerful when teachers understand where they work best and how to use them best, where they feel confident and comfortable and they trust the tool, and where they access the data and see that as useful. If people are interested in this topic, I hope they engage with the full report, which contains 10 recommendations that could help shape the trajectory of this potentially very important technology. Firstly, establish an Australian forum on quality digital education so that we can bring together educators, industry, government, philanthropy, and social benefit organizations, and importantly, the users of this technology and the other communities to build a consensus around what we want to see in Australia. Secondly, we need much more research, but particularly we need research in how to use the tools well, and what will teachers particularly want to see, and how can we help them through professional development and other aspects to that implementation question. And lastly, we really need to get on top of the governance. That means ensuring people that these tools are quality, are safe, are ethical, underpinned by standards and guidelines that give them the confidence that in fact the tool that they are considering is the right tool for the setting they are in. I hope the report's useful for a wide range of people, starting with teachers, educators, schools, systems, and the like. I hope the policymakers find this report useful as well. Government is essential in shaping the trajectory of education technology in Australia. I hope it's useful as well to families and parents and students, to give them similarly confidence, but also to remind them and to underscore just how important it is that it is part of teacher-led instruction. I really hope the philanthropic sector as well finds this report compelling, because in fact the social investment infrastructure that they bring could be the leading edge of the reforms that we need to see, the energy to shape the trajectory of these learning tools to benefit disadvantaged students, vulnerable students. And we see philanthropies around the world making these investments for those reasons. And I really am encouraged that the Paul Ramsay Foundation is backing this work, and I really hope they're joined by other philanthropies.